Ramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Shrirama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Hanuma Jaya Hanuma Jaya Jaya Hanuma Om Shivaya Gurave Namaha. Last week we learned about Bharatha came to Dandaka forest. He came all the way. Why did he come to Dandaka forest to see Rama? Why? Bharata came in search of Sri Rama to give his kingdom back because he did not want to take an advantage of that situation, that he got that kingdom effortlessly, but he did not want to take over the kingdom. It is originally belongs to Rama, so he wants Rama to rule the kingdom. So even we have to follow and learn some of the things from Ramayana. We should not touch anything that is not ours. We should not take it. Next, Sri Rama gave so many advices. He taught so many things to Bharata because he has to rule the kingdom now. Rama did not want to go back. So Rama was advising Bharata how to rule the kingdom, how to take care of the people, how to pay the salaries. So many, whatever is needed for the good king to rule the kingdom, Rama was giving advices to Bharata. Everybody, all the sages, Lakshmana, Shatrughna, Sita, Vasishtha, all the people, they gathered at one place and they were discussing about who is going to rule the kingdom. Bharata could no longer contain himself, that his tears were streaming from his eyes. In a choking voice, he said, "No, brother, I am a sinner. I am not the king. Why are you preaching all these things to me? I am not worthy of being a king. Come to Ayodhya with me, please, and rule over us as our king." Ayodhya is now a kingdom without a king, so the entire population is awaiting your return. I have come all the way here to hand over the kingdom to you. So Sri Rama said, "No, Bharata, I admire your selflessness, but I cannot come back to Ayodhya because I gave my word to my father and mother. I cannot break my promise. I will live in this forest for 14 years. So Sri Rama, he didn't want to come back to Ayodhya. He was also advising one more thing to Bharata. He said, don't be so rude on your mother. Don't behave harshly. Please forgive her. So everyone assembled there. They highly appreciated Sri Rama for his integrity because Kaikeyi was the one who is the reason for Sri Rama's exile to the forest for 14 years, but he forgave her. He never had any grudge. He never carried any grudge over her. And also he was advising to Bharata not to say anything to her. Don't be so harsh on her. So everybody was so admired Rama's integrity about keeping his promise, and they also admired about Bharata's selflessness and rejecting the throne which had come to him without his seeking it. It just came effortlessly, but he did not want to rule the kingdom. Bharata said, "Brother, it is only after talking it with my mother that I am restoring the kingdom to you. Please accept to come back. He talked to his mother, Kaikeyi, about this is Rama's kingdom, we should not do this. And then Kaikeyi agreed to what Bharata said, because she came to know Bharata is not interested at all to rule the kingdom. So Kaikeyi also accepted. That's what Bharata is saying to Rama. My mother also accepted, please come back. But Sri Rama, he wouldn't accept that. Many of them, everybody tried, but Rama was so strong on his decision. Then Vasishtha suggested something to Bharata. On Vasishtha's advice, Bharata knelt down and said, brother, I am helpless. You are not returning to Ayodhya. But one thing is certain, I will not ascend the throne. Give me your sandals. Please give me your sandals. Please step on them once. And then I am going to take these sandals to Ayodhya, and I will ensure the prosperity and safety of the world, placing these your sandals on the throne. So instead of Rama coming to Ayodhya, he is taking Rama's slippers and placing them on the throne, and he asks permission. Whatever he has to do, he will ask permission to those sandals, thinking of there is Rama sitting on that throne. So Rama then stepped on those sandals and gave it to Bharata. Bharata said, "Oh Raghunandana," that means calling Rama in a different name. That Rama has so many names, so he is calling one of the name. I place the responsibility of ruling Ayodhya on these sandals, wearing matted locks, not having all the luxuries of the prince. He is also living like Rama. Matted locks and these cotton clothes, eating fruits and roots. I will live outside the city, awaiting your return. So he didn't even want to stay in Ayodhya. He wants to stay outside of Ayodhya. If I do not see you on the day after the 14 years end, I will enter in the fire. So Bharata, he took an oath. If Rama doesn't come back after 14 years, the next day he is going to enter in the fire. Then Rama promised him that he will come back after 14 years. Then Bharata along with others left Chitrakoot. Rama, Sita and Lakshmana, they touched their mother's feet and then they said goodbye. Everybody left from Chitrakoot. Bharata took the sandals and he went back to Ayodhya. Once again he crossed the Yamuna, Ganga river and he met Bharadwaja on the way back. And then they went to Ayodhya. But there he was taking care of a few things to reset the kingdom. And then he could not stay any longer in Ayodhya. So he went to outside of the Ayodhya. There is one village called Nandigrama. So he went there and he stayed there until Rama returned. From there he took care of the kingdom. He installed these slippers on the throne, and then every day he worshipped these sandals as he worshipped Rama. Bharata lived there as a tapasvi. He was not living like a king. He was living like a sage and ruled most efficiently as Rama's agent. Not as a king, he worked as Rama's agent. And then after everybody left, Rama, Lakshmana, Sita continued to live in the forest of Chitrakoot. But soon Rama noticed a change in the behavior of rishis, all the rishis. They started leaving the forest in large numbers. Everybody was leaving the forest. Sri Rama was very surprised and asked them, "Why are you going away? Why are you leaving this place? I hope we have not unknowingly offended any rishis in some way or the other." Then they said, "No, dear child, how is that possible? There is a there is a powerful man-eating Rakshasa called Khara. He is the step brother of Ravana. He is eating many of our rishis from Janasthana. There was a place called Janasthana. There were so many rishis living in that forest. They are all driven away. Like those that Khara and Dushana, they are the stepbrothers of Ravana, and they are man-eating Rakshasas. So they could not stay there. Everybody was scared and they started leaving the place. And then they said, "Ever since you came here, these Rakshasas have been tormenting us, torturing us. They appear in all kinds of frightful forms, pollute our sacrifices, put out our fires. They do the yagna yaga, so they always keep the fire on. These Rakshasas, they are polluting. They put blood and bones in those fires and they put away those fires and they smash their water pots. So as this place became very dangerous, we are moving to Rishi Ashwa's ashram. They even suggested Rama that you may come with us if you like. It would not be safe to stay here with your wife. Rama decided not to move, but after a few days, he had so many sad memories related to that place. So even Rama suggested Sita and Lakshmana to move from that place where they are staying in Chitrakoot. So they started moving to another place. On their way, they saw Athri Muni's ashram. They visited Athri Muni's ashram. They came to know Athri Muni's ashram also there. He's a great sage. Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, they went to visit Athri Muni. They went there and paid their respects to him. Athri Muni introduced his wife, Anasuya. Asuya means jealousy in Sanskrit. So, Anasuya means she doesn't have not even a hint of anger or jealousy in her. That's why she is called Anasuya. Atri told about her to Rama. She is like a mother to you. Once this world was stricken by drought for 10 years, she created roots and fruits and made the river Ganga flow through this region. She is a great tapasvi. She has carried out severe tapas. So she was in tapas for many years and she is very powerful. She is a pativrata. That means she follows her husband with her whole heart. So she was able to get Ganga river through those fields. They had a very bad drought for 10 years. They didn't have any food. Then with her power, she created fruits and roots for so many people. And she even helped the gods by removing obstacles. Then Anasuya took Sita aside. She said to Sita, "It is so good that you have followed Rama, your husband, in this exile. It is good for women to support their husbands through fortune or misfortune. And she has to support her all the time, anytime. A woman's best friend is her husband. By helping him perform good deeds, you will surely attain fame here and also in heavens." So she was so happy. Sita followed Rama to this forest. Sita replied, "Your words reminding me of my mother and mother-in-law." Because these words are like upgraded version of what they teach to me. So I think you are like a mother to me. Then Anasuya said, she asked Sita to wish for anything that she could give it to Sita by the power of her tapas. So she asked Sita to wish for anything that she is going to provide. But Sita said, I don't want anything. I'm very happy meeting you all here. I'm so happy. I don't want anything. Then Anasuya Mata, even though she said no, Anasuya Mata, she presented to Sita a divine garland, dress, jewelry, and some scented creams to beautify her body. Then Anasuya Mata asked Sita the story of her wedding. Then Sita narrated her story to Mother Anasuya by herself. Everything, like how Rama broke the bow and how they got married, all the events she narrated to Anasuya. Anasuya explained to Sita the power of pativratya. That means how a woman becomes very powerful just by serving her husband. Women, they don't need to do any other special puja or tapas, because only serving her husband is enough to get her all the powers. That is called pativratya. Pativratya is also called chastity. The wife lives to serve her husband in any way possible, making her life and supporting him anything, even in death. So after that, they spent that night, Rama and Sita, Lakshmana, they spent their night at Athri Muni's ashram, and then in the morning they set off again. Dandakaranya is near the banks of Yamuna. So it was a vast forest. It was a very big forest. In that, numerous animals, birds live there. Several rishis, they put up their hermitages, they hut kind of things. This is called ashram or hermitage. So they built their huts there and they live there and they do the meditation all the time. They pray God and they are in tapas. Those ashrams of those sages, always engaged in tapas, filled the minds of all the rishis with holy feelings. They don't have any negative thoughts or any negative feelings. They are always engaged in tapas, so they are always positive in their minds. As soon as Sri Rama entered the forest, the sages living there welcomed him cordially. Sri Rama made respects to them. He bowed to each Muni and made inquiries of their welfare. Rama always do that whenever he saw any rishi or any elder person, he bowed to their feet. Even though he is God, he shows so much respect towards them. So those rishis said, "You have come here like our God. We have engaged in tapas, but these wicked Rakshasas have only one aim in their life, to disturb our tapas. They are feeding upon human flesh and appearing in various disguises. Please get rid of them for us." Then Sri Rama assured them that he and his brother Lakshmana are going to protect them from these monsters. So they, on the guidance of those rishis, to follow a path, and they made their way into the heart of the forest. That means they are going deep inside the forest. As they continued their journey, a monstrous Rakshasa obstructed their way. He was very tall and he had a very huge belly. He had long legs and arms and protruding sharp teeth also. His name was Viradha. He lives in that forest eating the flesh of all the rishis. So he got very surprised to see Rama Lakshmana because no human being had ever come within his sight fearlessly. But Rama and Lakshmana, they're not scared at all. So that monster was so surprised. So he asked Rama and Lakshmana, "Who are you? You two are dressed like rishis, and why have you come here with these bow and arrow and swords?" They are carrying bow and arrows. They are kshatriyas, right? So they always carry bow and arrow. So this monster was very surprised to see these Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita there. Once again, he looked at the three of them. Sita's beauty attracted him very much. He liked Sita very much. So he wants to marry her. His heart filled with so much love for her suddenly. So he lifted her and placed her on his shoulder. And then he started going away. Then Sri Rama and Lakshmana, they chased him. When he was going away, they chased him and they shot him with sharp arrows to cut his arms. But then he said that Viradha, the Rakshasa, said, "I am the son of Java and Shatahrada." Even this monster also was in tapas for so many years. So he got a boon from Brahma, Lord Brahma. Brahma gave the boon that he cannot be harmed, like nobody is able to break or kill him by any weapon. So I'm not going to die. I'll spare your lives. And if you give up this lady and run away quickly. But Rama and Lakshmana, they got so angry and then they started shooting arrows at him. Then he just put Sita on the ground and then he turned up to them. Rama and Lakshmana has several weapons. So they continuously trying to kill him, but they are not able to because of the Brahma's boon. He was not being killed. But they tried to hurt him in so many ways. Then Rama said to Lakshmana, "This giant, he's badly injured, but we are not able to kill him. So, Lakshmana, please dig a big hole in the ground. We are going to bury him in that large pit." Then this Viradha realized, "Now I know who you are. You are Sri Rama, the son of Dasharatha, and please do not look at my form and think me as a Rakshasa." He's talking to Rama. "Don't think me as Rakshasa by my looks. I'm a Gandharva." Gandharva means he's a celestial divine being. He was once in the court of Kubera. Kubera was he has so much money, he was the richest one. So he was in Kubera's court. Once this Gandharva, he offended Kubera. That's why he gave the curse to transform into the form of Rakshasa. Then this Viradha asked that Kubera how to relieve that curse and when he'll become Gandharva again. Then Kubera said, "When Sri Rama buries you in the earth, then you will be freed from this curse. That auspicious moment has now arrived, so please dig a huge pit and bury my body in it. I'll be liberated from the curse." Then he also said, after burying me, you go to sage Sharabhanga Muni's ashram, and he is going to give you good advice. Then Rama and Lakshmana buried him in that big pit. Immediately, that Rakshasa transformed into Gandharva again, and he went back to his own place, like in heavens, Kubera's court. He went back to his place. Okay, then Sri Rama and Lakshmana, they went to Sharabhanga Muni's ashram as Viradha directed. Okay, next week we'll know what happens there, and what other Rakshasas Rama and Lakshmana are going to kill. Okay, you had fun? You like this story?
Yeah.
If anybody has any question, uh, you can ask or raise your hand. Okay, Asha?
How are you, Master?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for
Fine,
wonderful
fine,
class. Thank you. Thank
fine. Thank you, Master.
you. Yeah,
Thanks for joining. Yeah.
you.
Okay, guys, if you don't have any questions, we can wrap it up by chanting Shanti Mantra. Okay? Close your eyes and say it with me. Fold your hands. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. See you all next Wednesday. Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.